Hello and welcome to today's episode. I'm Josh. I'm a recovery advocate on the Artistic Recovery team. Today we're going to be talking about the ways to stay in control of your drinking habit. Now, even if you don't have a drinking habit, these are universal strategies that you can put into place to help with whatever habit that may be. So let's get started today. As you change your drinking habits, it's normal to have urges or even cravings. These feelings might tempt you to drink, and they may also lead to a feeling of loss of control. We tend to have things called triggers that will happen. A trigger can be something like excitement. It can also be something like a feeling of shame. A trigger can be caused by people that are around you, or it can be caused by things going on the inside, things that we feel. A real-life example. What's something that would be a real-life trigger that we could be dealing with today? A trigger could be having a family gathering, and your uncle brings a case of beer. A trigger can be something else. It doesn't have to be, like we said, it doesn't have to be a substance like alcohol. A trigger can simply be watching something, feeling something, being in an environment that you've had in your past before recovery. Now we're going to talk about these two different types of triggers, more specifically internal and external. Internal triggers, simply put, they just seem to pop up out of nowhere. The things that we feel on the inside. External triggers, like we said, can be things that we see. Things that are people, places, or things. Internal and external. So the best strategies that we can use to avoid these triggering situations or people or feelings that we have. So for example, when we're at home, maybe keeping little or no alcohol at all. Or fill in the blank, whatever the vice or habit may be. Socially, when we're not home, when we're at a place of excitement or hanging out with other people, what are some things that we can do when we're socially in those environments? One such thing is to plan your escape in advance. Know how you are going to get out of those situations so that you will not be tempted moving forward. Sometimes it's just not possible to cope with these triggers. Specifically, we can't change, for example, always the place that we live. And we also can't change, specifically, the same thinking that we've had for so long. But there are things that we can do to begin to reverse that and put into place new structures of truth in our life. So I'm going to go through those here with you today. Remind yourself of the reasons that you're making the change. Why is it that you no longer want to be triggered, or you no longer want to have this habit in your life today? Keep that reminder. Post it on your wall. Post it on your fridge. Post it on your car dashboard. Whatever you have to do to remind yourself. You can even carry these things in your phone. A simple thing like your notepad on your phone becomes a great place to remind yourself of why you want to make change. And then also talk it through. Find someone that you trust. Find someone that is there for you, that you can call on a dime and text and ask them for prayer, ask them for guidance, ask them for some sort of encouragement that you need in the moment when the trigger happens. If you want to find a way to distract yourself with a healthy activity, what's some healthy activities that we can do? Take a walk, go for a bike ride, try a jog, get some fresh air. Just remove yourself from that environment and find some fresh air. And I think you'll be amazed at just how impactful that can be for you by removing yourself and replacing your environment immediately. So for these different situations, whether it's out and about with friends or family, or maybe you're at work, maybe you're still working in that environment of, let's say it's a bar or nightclub and you're struggling with those issues of drinking. So how do we get around that? We find ways to be intentional. And that's what we're talking about today, is how to be intentional and find these strategies that will work for you. So instead of just realizing that life is going to be all these high moments or exciting moments once you start recovery, being very real about it and realizing that it's going to be a journey. It's going to be something that's going to be difficult, but you can do it. And that's why we're here today, is to offer that encouragement for you today, that you don't have to do this alone, and you can actually have people on your team that want to help you starting here. So for more recovery blogs, podcasts, videos, take a look at artisticrecovery.org for more information. And thanks again for tuning in for today's episode.